Hey guys, how's it going? It's Krista, and today I'm going to be making some really simple embossed and debossed holiday cards. I'm making these cards to send to the highway crews in my area, just as a little thank you, a little I'm grateful for what you do, and all the best to you and yours this holiday season. It's been really up and down with the weather in my area. Snowing and then melting, making it really challenging to maintain roads and sidewalks. I'm so grateful that we have these services to allow myself to get around safely, but also those that I love and the transport of goods to move around quickly and safely. To get started, I'm going to take my snowflake oval frame embossing folder. This is from Simon Says Stamp. And I'm just kind of marking where the oval kind of starts and ends in a general area just with a pencil because I want the middle to be a different color than the outside, and I'm going to blend it out. I'm starting with Distress ink in Speckled Egg just in the middle there. Some Uncharted Mariner around the outside. I'll bring that together with some Mermaid Lagoon, as well as some peacock feathers. And now that I have my general colors laid down, I'll just come back with Speckled Egg one more time just to really nicely blend it out. Before I run it through the embossing folder, I want to cut out my card front first. I'm using the outside in stitched rectangle stackables from Lawn Fawn. This is the largest rectangle and it's 5¼ by 4. And I'll place that in my embossing folder after very lightly spraying the back of the card front with a little bit of water. I don't want to spray the front because Distress ink reacts with water, and I don't want anything to react with my ink. And once I've sprayed that, I'm just going to run it through the embossing folder just a few times to make sure that the impression is nice and deep and crisp. And if you want your card front to be embossed, then the raised bits in your embossing folder go on the back, like your non-ink portion. And if you want them to be debossed where there's an indent, the raised portion goes to the side facing the ink. I did these card fronts with Distress Oxide, weathered wood in the middle, broken china on the outside, and I brought it together with tumbled glass. I decided that I wanted to do one of each, one embossed and one debossed in both the oxide and the inks. I'm starting with the 'Tis the Season sentiment. This is from the Painted Christmas Wreath from Simon Says Stamp, and I'll just give my card front just a little brush with my paintbrush as well as a dryer sheet just to eliminate any static before I ink it up with Versamark ink. Once I have my stamp inked up, I'll just close it up and give it a good press. I'm using Snowflake Tinsel by Ranger for embossing powder, and I'm just applying that over a coffee filter so it's easy to just flick that excess off and then dump it back into the container for next time. I'll give that a quick little melt with my heat tool. And I've die cut some other sentiments from glitter cardstock. This is Miriam Bright die from Simon Says Stamp and CZ Design. I also have Peace on Earth script die from Simon Says Stamp, as well as large written Merry Christmas also from Simon Says Stamp. But before I add those on, I want to add some Perfect Pearl just to give it a little bit of shimmer, and I'm choosing to use the pad of my finger because I feel like I have the most control of where this Perfect Pearl goes. Today I'm using Confetti White. And using just the pad of my finger and very light pressure, I can just dust the top of my card fronts with some shimmer. And when the deboss portions, the majority of the perfect pearl stays away from the snowflake pattern. And on the embossed, I'm getting the perfect pearl just along the top ridges of the snowflakes. I've die cut my sentiments from white glitter cardstock, and I'm just going to adhere that with some Tombow liquid adhesive. So I've die cut another piece of glitter white cardstock by 5.5 by 4.25 with the large stitched rectangle stackables from Lawn Fawn, and I used the largest die in that set. And I like it because it kind of provides this really nice kind of thin mat around the largest outside in stitched rectangle die. And I'll just go ahead and I'll attach that to a 5.5 by 4.25 card front. I've gone ahead and done that for all of my cards, and this last step is completely optional. I went ahead and used my Handmade with Love by Krista Lynn stamp. I just got it in the mail and I'm really excited, and I'm also really happy with how it turned out. And there you have our simple embossed and debossed simple holiday cards. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.